Hey ladies, welcome to Chiba channel here. This is B, and I'm going to be showing you how to roll a blunt for beginners. So right now I've got some Garcia Vega sweets. This is a 3-pack, and I really don't smoke blunts as much as I used to, but I do enjoy one every once in a while. So grab your blunt, make sure it's fresh. You can feel by squeezing it. If you hear it cracking, then you know it's not going to hold up. Now, do you see at the beginning right there, the tip of that blunt was oval, and you can choose to cut it on the small side because that's going to help you roll it a little bit easier when you roll it into itself. Or if you're really going to put a lot of weed in there, you can cut it on the long side, and that's going to give you more space. But I'm just using my nail and slitting it down the side, kind of busting it open, because you want to get all the tobacco out. They do have blunt cutters and blunt splitters and things like that. You could use a knife. Just be careful when whatever you do. Now empty that in the trash and then grab your herb. And I'm smoking some Fruity Pebbles right here. It's delicious, and it tastes just like, it tastes kind of like Fruit Loops too. Just throw that in your favorite grinder. It's gonna really grind your weed up to a good consistency. You don't want any chunks. Grind it up. Rearrange things because you're weird. Awesome. Great job. Just drop the weed everywhere. I do that all the time. Alright, so once you've got everything ground up, I like to use a rolling tray, just something flat where the weed's not going to get lost or you're not going to make a mess. Grab your Rello. Now, if you'll see, one end of it is pretty tight and small, and the other end is really wide and open. Now, you want the small side to be the side that you smoke out of. I'm right-handed, so I put that to my right side. And I'm just going to lick the top part of that on both sides all the way down. Don't be really messy with it, just get it moist. You know, it doesn't have to be soaking wet, because then you're just going to ruin the blunt. Alright, now I'm just making sure my weed is ground up to a good consistency, and then I'm going to take the Element perforated rolling tips, just because I don't want to get a lot of weed in my mouth, and I'm going to fold it up and put that in the tip of my blunt. You could also use a glass tip or any kind of cardboard or cardstock that doesn't have any ink on it. And this isn't going to filter your THC out. This is just going to make sure you don't get a whole lot of weed in your mouth. No one wants that shit. That's disgusting. So I'm just showing you now. And then this is weird, but I like to rest it just between my teeth. Like, I don't close my mouth or anything. I don't get it wet, but I just want it to hold its shape while I put the rest of my weed in the cigar. Which is basically what I'm doing now. Making sure I've got it facing the right way. And then I'm just going to make sure it's evenly dispersed throughout the whole thing. That's really just going to be the key in rolling a good blunt. And the reason that I'm using the tray, because you can tell as I'm putting weed in there, I'm dropping a lot more weed everywhere else. So I'm going to take that tip and I'm going to set it right where I want the smoking end to be, which is the smaller end of the cigar. And then that's just a shot of everything in there. And so I'm going to again make sure I've got everything I need underneath, because you're going to drop some weed in the process. So you just kind of expect that really when you're rolling a blunt, especially when you first start rolling blunts. Now here's the key. You're going to take the part of the cigar closest to you and tuck it into the cigar that's farthest away from you. Now you want to lick both the top and the bottom part of that and just roll it over onto itself and get that excess moisture off. And you want to do that just piece by piece down the whole blunt. And what I mean by licking the top and the bottom, it's only one part of the cigar. Once you've tucked it in, you just want to make sure that the part that you're folding down onto itself is really saturated. But again, you don't want it sloppy and wet, because then it's just going to get soggy and gross. And I know I'm out of frame, but showing you really wouldn't be able to tell you. And the way I do it so it doesn't get too wet is I lick my lips, and then I just use the moisture from my lips to seal the cigar again. And I'm going it section by section, so I'm making sure that it's an even shape all the way down. As you can tell, some blunts that people roll, they look pregnant, so they're really fat in the middle and then they're really tight on the ends, and it makes it burn weird, and you get a lot of resin and nasty goo at the end. It doesn't taste really well. So just take your time and do this, especially if you're starting. And there you go. And there's the end with the tip, so that's what you're going to be smoking from. Now take your lighter, just any kind of lighter, preferably not a torch, and you're just going to roll the cigar in one hand and then frequently move the flame back and forth. And basically this is just drying the blunt so it can burn better, and it's also killing the germs from your mouth, especially if you're smoking with, you know, someone other than yourself. So here is the finished product, and I really hope that you all enjoyed. I really enjoyed the Garcia Vegas because they taste better, they're not so strong, but everyone has their preference. That's just going to be something you have to find out. When I first started rolling, I used Swisher Sweets. So thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you all next time.